Alrighty guys, good morning, welcome back. We are starting the footing project. So Luke and I got a little bit dug last night. We got to get this dug, we got to cut this corner of the patio out, that way we can dig through here. And we still have to be careful because there's a power line going somewhere through there. So we have about 2 hours till inspection. So not a lot of time, but it won't go, it'll go pretty quick with those three guys cleaning trenches. Let's get to work. Separated? Okay. Hey Cam, go ahead and hop out. Alrighty guys, it's been about an hour. We got our plumbing sleeves in, we got our drain tile sleeves, or not our drain tile, our gutters, sewer, water, electrical, and a spare. Got our rebar bent. We passed inspection and concrete just showed up. So I'm gonna hop in the machine and try out the new mud bucket. This is the bucket. It's a cheap Wolverine, but I think if we take good care of it, it'll last a long time, and I like the shape of it, so give it a shot. I got everything oiled down too, so that cleanup is easier. This always takes a while, but it'll be all right. Getting it mixed up the slope somewhere around the 5.5, and then we'll dump the front of the footings, then we'll put the plywood over the footings, drive over it to get the back. Perfect. Bucket with the new window is gonna, this door is gonna take my head off. Just finished getting the road and driveway clean. Driveway wasn't too bad, but there was a lot of mud on it. Here they are. Nothing special, just trench footings. Didn't quite make it with 11 yards, so we just got one extra course of block in this corner here, which is fine. It's probably 15 extra block. So cheaper than ordering another truck. All right, we're gonna get heading to the next addition we're starting. A little bit bigger of a project. I'm not sure if we can film this, so not sure if this will be the end of the day for the video, or if we can video this job. I just have to talk to the owner and the builder and get permission, so we'll touch base in a little bit either way. Alrighty guys, good morning. It's a new day. Not sure where we last picked up yesterday. We started we did a lot. We prepped and got a garage ready for tomorrow. Then we went and dug a foundation for a new addition, hauled out 75 yards of dirt in a really tight backyard area. Then I went and power washed, cleaned, and antiqued that backyard patio, the seamless one that we did the other day, so that I can seal it tonight. And then I went down and formed up the steps for today's patio. So it was a very busy day. I didn't capture yesterday because we're not allowed to film the addition job, which was kind of the primary job of the day. So I just didn't record anything. And I apologize for that. But today we're pouring the stamped patio. Then we're gonna go and seal the other patio. So I can bring you along for all of that. It's gonna be a great day. This is a smaller patio, but these are friends of ours that kind of gave us creative freedom. So I'm gonna make it look really nice for them. give a cool custom border. You guys will see later on. So it's just after 5. I'm going to get my coffee and head on down to the job. It was a late one yesterday. I think I got home at 9:30, ate a little bit of food and crashed out. I was whooped. All I need to do is put foam in the steps, rebar grid, mask off the house, get out tools. Shouldn't be too crazy of a morning because it's a pretty small patio, so it's only measures to 6 yards, but we got the steps, so it'll be 8 yards of mud. Not too shabby. I need to clean out this back seat tonight. Just got so many different projects going on right now. I'm actually gonna cut the foam for the steps now before I get down there, because it's still gonna be pretty early when I get down there and I don't want to wake the neighborhood up. This is my Tom Sawyer raft that I built for our pond so that I could get the aerators and stuff in. I need this foam for the steps, so no more raft. And I could use these straps too. I was searching all over the shop yard, like I know I have 2 more straps. Well, didn't think to check the pond. So we'll use this foam. This is 25 PSI concrete rated foam. We use this to build up the steps. Just faster, and we can get kind of more precise with, because we don't want to fill, you know, these are birthday cake steps, so it's a wraparound bottom step and then a higher step. So that top step is 19 to 20 inches of concrete, and that's just a waste. And it's more importantly a ton of weight sitting right next to the foundation that is more likely to crack our patio and settle the house side of the patio, if you will. So this will be perfect for the top as another layer. All right, there we go. It's gonna be a nice sunrise. All right, I think I got everything. Chelsea's out of town. I wanted to go to the lake, but there's too many jobs and way too far behind. But she understands. That's the life of a concrete guy. You make money in the summer and you have fun in the winter. It's finally cooled down a little bit. Jobs are highs in the 70s instead of 90s. Yeah, it's 56 right now, so it's a welcome change. Alrighty guys, just pulling to the job. Got 45 minutes till mud. I called and confirmed it, so we're good to go. It's going to be a pretty fun pour. Alright, I'm here pretty early, so I'm going to be really quiet. We'll touch base a little closer to mud and when the guys are here. And we'll start this awesome Friday pour. I'm pretty pumped for this one. This is going to be a lot of fun and creative freedom. See you guys in a bit. Alright, let's get some of this trash picked up. Is that just a splash guard, Eli? Cam? The black thing?
Oh, I don't get that. I think it's...
Okay, yeah, it's probably for a buggy splash guard. This is our form here, but those forms can go. Pouch can be set out of the way. All right, we got the rebar grid in. I got my form liners set with my plumber's putty in the corners to give a nice natural radius. Just need to spray form oil. Got a bunch of rebar. This rebar tying gun just makes it so easy to make grids like this. And then we got obviously this grid. Just need to nail up expansion, oil the forms, and we should be good to go. The guy's got all the pouring tools out. Cam's going to be the resident buggy driver for the day. And we'll rock and roll. I hear concrete. There we go. Morning.
Morning, boss. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not bad.
Somewhere around a 6er.
All right, I'll give her a little drink. I'm like 4.5.
All right, thanks. You ready to do some hand floating?
I'll try.
You said Saturday, but today's a way better day. Skill in hand floating is matching the angle of your slab. I can show you what I mean in a second. Get up in the step. Get it closer to the buggy. There you go. All right, so what I was saying with the hand float, the steps are obviously a little different, but sometimes you don't know the pitch of the slab, so you gotta ask.
Yeah.
If you're hand floating this form, it's obviously pitching away from the wall. I think you know that.
Yeah.
From the house. And usually I make my patios level this way. So that means this hand float should be totally level, and it's going downhill like this. This hand float though should be like this. You understand that? Kind of like you're screeding. So this heel, this is your heel and this is your toe. The heel has to be up a little bit. If you're going along the house, your heel has to be down a little bit. I'm exaggerating, but
Yeah.
side forms level, heel up, heel down. If you don't know, just go level. Because if you go heel high up here, and then I screed to this, because I don't always screed all the way to the wall, it's going to be a huge puddle ridge along there. Vice versa, you go heel down, it won't make it off the form, and it'll settle there. We got a nice coal light today. Shovel it up into the top. looks good. So it looks pretty dang good, Eli, just a little less angle.
Angled like this?
Too much, so just tip your keel down a little bit, yep. It's really hard on a circle though, so. This is the week of seamless and birthday cake steps, apparently. Still low. Yep, and that'll both float out in the middle, that roughness, so don't waste time trying to make that perfect.
Can I move the here now?
Yeah, yep. You don't have any constraints with that screed. You can go in any direction you want unless we got a swale. Make sure you don't ever angle that way. Should never be tipping to you, either flat or tipped forward. Make sure you're scraping that form, homie.
Yep.
Doing all good. Do you have any questions?
The position you usually get into.
What?
Can you show me the position you get into?
Just stand there, and I'll hold the end of the board.
So you like.
My feet are 3 feet apart. My belly is sitting on my belt, and my thighs are hitting like my sides. And then you do this, side to side, right here. And when you want to do this to pull, you don't want to do this because that's your rotator cuff.
So I want to throw my whole body.
Throw your whole body so your arms are pretty much right in front of you, kind of like a gorilla, like this. I mean, you can do a little bit, but especially where it's starting to set up like this, you go out here and pull. Twing, 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 6 months. You need a wider stance. I've seen you before. No, sorry. Where you had, your knees were almost touching at the start of the screeding. All right, go ahead, Eli. Boss man was too busy teaching. Got a pile. All right, so what I like to do here, Luke, is pivot because you got room.
So switch to that side.
Hop up and pull down to like here, and then you can turn back and pull this out. That'll give you a chance to double check that you were at the right height up there. It'll average it out. And basically the whole time you're screeding, you're taking a mental inventory of the height, the pitch, the shape of the slab. And what you're doing right now is you're basically double checking what you were thinking the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm cutting down good to the step. We got good pitch away. I'm at the right height. Well now, if it says something different, then you know you need to fix whatever you were thinking next time. Yeah, why don't you take a steel tine rake, really just use your foot, stomp down any ruts. Yep. Just make her look pretty. Eli, will you wash over here? We gotta fix all this with topsoil anyway. Out there is nice grass. And screeding is one of those things, if there's anything in concrete where the faster you go, the easier your life is. It is that. So, hello, sir. Good, how are you? Good. I was like, that homeowner looks familiar.
You got the wrong house.
I've almost done that one time. Man, we could pour him another patio.
I was gonna do that for the screed. I didn't want to make a big mess right now. Just let it.
All right, so I think I've settled on a design. I'm going to double edge the whole circle here, and then we'll do a border that dead ends into it. Yep. You guys will see. It's too hard to describe. You want to get these cut early though. You don't want to be late. They can get that, Luke. Will you hand float my inner line? Just like kind of push it in and then do a side swipe. Alrighty, so I totally kind of spaced this morning and did not grab. We have a 20-foot pick that I was gonna put across here, floating over the slab so that I could finish this radius cut, but I forgot it, so Luke had the bright idea, use a pole. So we got a little nail duct taped to this pole, and I'm just going to use it to wait, is that the oh yeah, I'm just it'll be a little tricky, but just one pole. Yeah, there we go. Now I have a spot traced. All right, now we need to cut actual joints, Luke. That washed. it's still a little bit early, but we're gonna be ahead of it, not behind it, like earlier in the week. Just start right here with these ones. Actually, I'll get this one, you go that way. You gotta really, you can mess it up. So you gotta feel the curve. Hand float everything first. Actually, you know what? Just, why don't you just run that in there? And then if you have to use your hand joiner, you can. Already, just finished stamping. This looks awesome. It's going to be even better once we stain the border, so this circle will all be stained, and then this border here and that border there. It'll really just make this patio pop and stand out. So we're going to get cleaned up and get out of here for the day. Alrighty, just leaving the job. Luke and I are going to head back to the shop. I'm going to go to 8 Point and get some more Everclear sealer, and then we're going to go seal the patio that we did earlier in the week that I antiqued last night. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Alrighty, stopped at 8 Point, got more sealer. Luke and I cleaned out the bed of the truck because we had a giant pile of concrete. Going to get this thing sealed and the border stained for the grad party tomorrow, just in time. Alrighty, Luke and I got the area around the hot tub sealed. Now we're just kind of serpentining our way out. We're gonna get the main area of the patio sealed, and then we'll go back afterwards and color this border nicely with a nice Oxford brown. We just basically take powdered release, go ahead, and mix it with this Everclear. Seems to work pretty well. Some guys spray their sealer, and I've done that on a lot of jobs, but the more I do it, the more I kind of just like rolling it. You got to be quick with this new Everclear 350. It's the low VOC stuff. Pretty well, at least here in Michigan, almost all of our sealers are changing to this stuff. It's honestly not great, but it's all that we can buy, so it's what we have to work with. So you have to go very fast compared to the old sealer. That's where spraying is nice, but you also have to worry about spraying the brick patio and the siding and the posts and your lungs. So sometimes just a good old roller, and I like the thought of kind of manually agitating it into the concrete. So more work, takes a lot longer, but it doesn't really matter for stamped concrete. It's all about quality because you want this to hold up so you're not having callbacks. Give me a little pile in the middle. They've got the grad party tomorrow afternoon, so we're cutting it a little bit short, but they weren't on the schedule for this week. We kind of did them a favor knocking this patio out, so they're very happy, which is important, and we got it done barely in time, but in time, which is all that matters. All right, so you probably can't see it all because of the shadows, but this looks very, very good. Great texture, great color combo. Goes well with the tan of the house and the brick paver patio. Now we're going to stain this a darker brown to kind of accent it. Kind of how this, well, yeah, this kind of is like that, but this is going to really, really stand out. So we're just going to put Everclear in here. This is Oxford Brown powdered release, kind of the other way you can stamp concrete. We mix this with the sealer and then brush and roll on the bricks. Takes a while, but it really makes it stand out. You just got to be, you have a nice fine hand to paint that line. Just make sure you dump it the other way. It's been a while since I've done this. I don't remember how many pinches I put in. Looks pretty good. I'm just gonna give it a good stir and then we'll start this party. So you can see how nice that makes this look. So it's obviously, we've got a grad party, so we're not gonna do a bunch of topsoil and seed, but we will come back next week and do that and bring it up to the edge of the patio, and it'll just finish this off even better. Our roller is not quite making it. The last 2 feet decides to just disintegrate on us. I've never used a sponge roller for sealer, and I think that's probably the last time I ever will. Just trying to get all these little boogers at the bottom. It's kind of frustrating because this is all getting covered with topsoil, but we want it to look good for tomorrow, so maybe 10% of the people will ask the further question of, oh, is it done yet? But some people might think that this is how we leave our jobs. And that's not the best marketing, if you ask me. Oh, it's not the marketing I want to do. I want people to realize that we topsoil, we seed, we really finish the jobs off nicely. But whatever. Hopefully they just focus on the quality of the concrete. Just in time for the grad party. Just heading home. It's just after 5, so it's not too late. Overall, a very, very, very productive, good week. Alrighty guys, just got to the garage. I decided I'm gonna do the prep tonight so that I don't have to come here quite as early in the morning. So we passed inspection. Going to throw down a rebar grid just because this is a fair amount of fresh fill. We prepped this the other morning in 28 minutes. And yeah, it was pretty funny. We were flying, but we did a really good job. It was just, when you have this good sand, it's really easy to grade quickly. So we were just like a well-oiled machine. I just went to Menards and picked up a bunch of rebar, so I'm gonna get that hauled in here, get it tied off with the new tie gun, and then I'll just throw in my forms. So all I have to do in the morning is show up and pour a little bit of mud. Alrighty guys, got all my rebar in, got it tied, got a nice I don't know, 2x2, 3x3-ish grid, got my form in. All we gotta do is get out tools and be ready for the morning. Alrighty guys, just got back to the shop. I'm gonna call it a night. We'll see you guys bright and early, really early. Mud's at 6, so I'll be there probably in between 5 and 5:30. Get out tools, prep for the pour. Eli and Luke are gonna come help me because tomorrow's Saturday. So they're gonna come and help me dump out, and then I'm gonna finish it myself, and then I have a grad party to get to. So it'll be a long weekend because I'm gonna come home after the grad party and work all day Sunday. I'm not sure if I'll film that yet, but we'll just touch base then. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you on the next one.